Chelsea Football Club is number 9 on the Premier League table, and you heard me correct. You see the number just before 10, that's where they are, just number 9. And think about all of these things. We are talking about the world champions here. We are talking about a team that's completed football, won everything that needs to be completed in a club level when it comes to football. But let me tell you something. If there is something that is always true, is if you F around a lot, you are going to find out. And look at what is happening right now with Bluco. And I think Bluco thought they were just ahead of everyone. And at some point, some of the things that they did, actually, they were invention into football that people actually didn't look into it. Like in terms of the finance, how they were stretching out the contract years so that they can able to make the player depreciate maybe with an amount of a 10% that they bought him with. So it was one of those genius things that they did, trying to move around the PSR thing, trying to sell the team, the female team to themselves so that they can balance the books. But you know what the biggest problem that they're going to experience right now? And there are no teams that they're going to sell and buy like to one another, because this is what their strategy is. Chelsea Football Club look like it's really not going to qualify for Champions League. Right now, we are number 9. We are 3 points ahead of Newcastle, which is they are number 13. And that's just a shame. And you know what they did? They didn't want to listen to people that know football. I'm not going to give too much credit to Enzo Maresca saying that he's a genius in football, but he won us 2 trophies, Conference League and the Club World Cup. And I think I will always respect him for the technical ability that he has actually to put on that final of the Club World Cup. But now, there are no players that will want to come and join Chelsea because there is no Champions League football. Chelsea will lose a lot of money, as now already they are losing a lot of money. So this will make it even worse. And this is where they're going to realize that sometimes you need to call people that understand football. I've had nothing against you beside the fact that you fired Enzo Maresca. Other than that, I was like, look, man, you bought the team, you took your own money, which is too much, which is 2.5 billion to buy this team, and I'm sure you have something in mind. I didn't know that you're gonna come here and try to play some equity games that you think are going to work out for you financially, but at the end of the day, when it comes to football, the real product is happening on the field. So if on the field you can't perform, no matter how good you are in terms of marketing or in terms of doing business, this is not going to work for you. And right now, we are at a point where we need every point that we can get. A game against Nottingham Forest tonight is just a huge game that we need to win. And this game that we are playing tonight against Nottingham Forest, it's one of those games where we have to get the 3 point and try to maybe move up a little bit closer to the number 5 spots. And I'm not sure if we are going to find that, but looking at things, how they are happening, Liverpool is also struggling with form. So there are a couple of teams, but now we are going to have problem with teams like Brentford, who are also now moving around that spots, and teams like Bournemouth, they are also trying to move around to that spot. So now it's going to be really tough for Chelsea if they really want to make this Champions League next season. So I think this is what they find out. For their biggest mistake was to let Enzo Maresca go. And I think as much as Enzo Maresca wasn't playing nice football, the good thing about him, he was trying by all means that the defense doesn't concede. And I know at some point he was just being crazy, trying to make Sanchez play like a full ball-playing goalkeeper, which we all know that Sanchez is a shot stopper. When you want Sanchez to perform, just give him his job that he knows, to being a shot stopper. Don't ask him to play the ball from the back. He's not that kind of player. So I think that's the reason why a lot of Chelsea fans, they've been saying that we need a keeper. I never had a problem with him being our keeper if he's not going to try this thing of playing the ball from the back, because I think this thing just... yes, it kills me, that thing. Like, sometimes I wish I can just go through into the TV and just slap the shit out of him. Because sometimes it's just that crazy. So now, in this situation, this is where I'm thinking that maybe you're looking at these players that some other team have been saying something that they want them. Is this now giving them the window of opportunity that they can use this as leverage to go to Chelsea and be like, look, you don't give me a good enough team to able to perform, and I'm not even in the Champions League. So I think right now I deserve to be playing at that level because this team look like it's not serious. But now the other parts that they are still good on Bluco is they have all these players in like long-term contracts. And I think because of that, it's giving them the advantage to have power whenever they decide to get themselves into a deal of selling any players that they have right now, because they are, most of them, they're like 7, 8, 9 year contracts. So I think it's going to be hard for those players to move unless the team really comes with the amount of money that the Chelsea can actually turn away. Because think about it, in their uploaded moment where they were doing all this finance thing the right way, that still can work out for them. Because, for example, if Real Madrid won Enzo, they'll be like, it's a 115 that we spent on this guy, and then we gave him a 8-year contract. That means we can divide that. Maybe it will end up around 15 per season. And how many seasons it's been there? I think 2.5. And then they cut that. They still sell him at around 100 million, 80, 100 million. They can still make their profits that they actually wanted to make. So I think they can do whatever around that time. But I don't think maybe now, because we are seeing a lot of things where players now themselves, they're trying to agitate the move and making sure that they go on strikes, they don't want to play because they want to get their move. So I don't think it will work in those long-term contracts, but I think maybe on that side, Chelsea still have the power of keeping these guys that are in. But now, the biggest problems comes to the point where now we really need to get some guys that will come and stand in the squad. Guess what? We're not going to get any good quality players. The reason why is, if you want us to get good quality players, we need to be on the Champions League next season. You can't convince quality players to come and play Conference League or Europa. Maybe Europa is better, but the things look like we're not even going to play any European competition, the things the way are going right now. So if that is the case, it's going to be hard for us to actually come out and be like, okay, we want this player, we want this superstar, we're going to give you this. What we're going to give you? Premier League football, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, yes, we can give you that. But I mean, I know superstars want to play in an elite competition, which is Champions League. And that's the first problem. Second problem is the money that I talked about in the beginning of the video. That the thing is, Champions League gives you about 80 to 100 million a season. But now you are going to sit out on that because you decided to do a stupid decision in December, letting the man that was actually giving you those hopes and giving you the guideline of building the team the way you want, just because you didn't want to buy a defender. Like, really, like, all of this is happening because Bluco didn't want to buy a defender. Like, I don't understand this thing. Enzo Maresca said before the season starts that he needs a defender. And guess what? Bluco was like, no. We have all the other 8 defenders that you can use. And Maresca was like, look, these guys that you're telling me that are in the team and I need to use them, they are not good enough for what I need to do with this team. And I was looking at those defenders. I'm like, damn, my man is actually saying the right thing. Because even me, when I'm watching the match, I'm not trusting Pandashile. Even now, I'm not trusting Fofana the way I think I should, because sometimes it's giving me this kind of feeling that he's going to lose a ball. He doesn't really look comfortable in what he's doing. So I think we need proper defenders. Maybe the keeper parts they can address, but I don't think the keeper part is much of a problem in terms of Sanchez, because I think you can only allow Sanchez to be a keeper and continue being a keeper while you're still looking for another good keeper. So that's really not an issue. But other than that, I was just telling you that this is what you get when you F around the most, and then you find out at the end. So this is what is happening now with the Bluco. So if you've been watching this video up until this far, thank you so much. If you haven't been subscribed, please subscribe, please share, and please like or comment. And then tell me right now, do you think the way that Bluco now is finding out all their mistakes they did, do you think there is a comeback strategy from them? Or now they will turn back to football people that will actually help them to get Chelsea where they belong? And I will see you on the next one. Up the Blues.